Um, for most of his life, the opinion writer Hannon was a big supporter of the U.S. Republicans and the own party, the British Conservatives, because he was from Britain. The two parties were similar in many ways, um, but Tories had a weakness for hierarchy, defense, and tradition, while Republicans struck him as radical and as radical individualists, and they were the heirs to Tom Paine rather than Edmund Burke. Now, the former squatter Donald Trump was painfully at odds with the philosophy of the GOP, a party to which he had come late and opportunistically. His predecessors had sought to limit government. He liked to mobilize the full resources of the state against people who crossed him. And there was something unmanly about the way his erstwhile conservative critics rushed to abase themselves before him, abandoning their previous convictions and raging at the handful of Reaganite commentators who stuck to theirs. Basically, we continue to believe that had the Republicans seized any of their numerous opportunities to ditch the squatter Donald and replace him with former Vice Squatter Mike Pence, they would now hold both Congress and the White House. But people never gave up on that party itself. But when people speak privately to its leading figures, including several who in public went along with Trump's most boorish, cowardly, and self-centered pronouncements, basically we were assured that they were still Republican in the basic sense of recognizing that the Republic is bigger than the people running it. Now I'm starting to wonder this. Their response to the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago makes me doubt whether the party is still in any sense constitutionalist. Their clan rallying to the defense of the Caldwell congressman, the faux anchors and talk show hosts are calling for the FBI to be defunded or disbanded. Conservative agitators strive to outdo one another in their outrage, without, as far as I can tell, expressing any curiosity about whether Trump has in fact broken the law, which he has. By the time you read these fucking words, you will probably know more about the FBI raid than I do. Maybe it has to do with the Tawdry events of the January 6th. Maybe the warrant was issued for a small thing in the hope of turning up a bigger one. Maybe the Bureau has screwed up completely. Heaven knows it wouldn't be the fucking first time. Now, one thing, though, should be beyond dispute. The same rules should apply to Trump as to any other American. Former squatters, or the former president or squatter, do not have a special status in the law. Yet Republicans at every level seem affronted at the idea of searching the house of a private citizen. And yes, federal agencies can be biased. The IRS ended up having to apologize to the conservative organizations it has subjected to heightened scrutiny and inordinate delays during Obama years, but there is no evidence that the FBI has gone rogue. Now the issue, the issuing of a warrant is no small thing. Now let me fucking quote the Fourth Amendment. Sorry to be forever citing your Constitution, but it's a bloody good document that I wish Americans would cite more often. No warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. If, though, the FBI has not screwed up, if Trump has in fact broken the law, then surely he should be treated like any other criminal, and that's what living in a free republic means. Now listen, though, to how quickly Republicans have dropped their pro-law and order views. Now here is Representative Paul Gosar, who's a Republican from Arizona during the Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots of 2020. He basically said, I unequivocally hashtag back the blue, and will oppose any bill, resolution, or movement that calls to defund the police. Now here he is today. I will support a complete dismantling and elimination of the Democrat brown shirts known as the FBI. Now here is Representative Jeff Duncan from Republican from South Carolina. Back then, he said, it's a sad and scary day in America when we have citizens calling to defund and dismantle the police. And here he is now. The FBI has proven time and time again that it is corrupt to the core. And at what point do we abolish the Bureau and start over? And here, you knew it was coming. It's the egregious Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Last year, crime was exploding in Democrat-run cities. No, it's not. There is 100% the result of their left-wing policies of defunding the police back in Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And here she is today tweeting, defund the FBI. There was a time when journalists would ask whether Trump's latest outrage would finally push Republicans away from him and mocking the late Senator John McCain's military record, lying about his tax return. insulting the family of a fallen U.S. serviceman, refusing to accept an election result. This time, no one is asking. Donald Trump has not been charged, but he has changed his party, malignly, and it seems permanently. Now the Republicans cannot shake the harmful addiction of the squatter Trump. So if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And if you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little as a few bucks a month, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.